Hey everyone, I promised a couple of days ago, or I guess about a week ago, that I would record a video and just kind of give you some input on the elections. People have asked me who I'm voting for, who would I tell them to vote for, and I usually don't get involved in politics so much in that regard of, vote for this candidate and here's why, or vote for that candidate and here's why. I try to stay out of it as much as possible because everybody's entitled to their opinions, and I don't want to set the standard for others. But the reality for this election, the more I have dwelt on it, I was very adamantly supportive of a certain candidate up until just about a week or two ago, when the Lord just really began dealing with my heart. And so I want to take you to a couple of passages of scripture to just think on. And the first scripture that comes to my mind is Joshua 24, when he tells the people of Israel at the end of his book, "Choose you this day whom you will serve, whether it be this God, or the God over here, or the God over there. But as for me and my house, or me and my family, we will serve the Lord." And I got to just thinking really on this, and I thought, I'm looking at both parties, and I grew up in, I would call, a fairly conservative Democrat household for a good while. And because of the way things began to happen in the parties throughout the years, when I first was able to register to vote, I registered as a Republican. My mom had switched. She was a Republican. My dad switched a short time later, just because of conservative values. We use Christian values to define this maybe too much sometimes because of two topics. We want to focus on abortion and what we call the gay agenda. And reality is, the problem with doing that is we forget about the other sins out there. There are so many sins, so much going on that we don't focus on, and I don't want to get into all the do's and that's and whatever's regarding this, but you can't just call one party a Christian party, because God hasn't been to the center of our political system in a very long time. Back in the 50s, we added a phrase to our Pledge of Allegiance, "One nation under God," and I haven't seen the under God part in a very long time, quite frankly. And so I got to dwelling on this over the last week, and I just really was thinking, I want to support a candidate that is pro-Israel. I want to support a candidate who believes conservatively, but I don't want to support a candidate that really, I don't like his morals. And I look at our system and these guys that are running. I think both of them are no good, if you want my humble opinion on it. I think we could do much better than what we're doing. And as I dwell on that, I think back to Samuel, and when the people of Israel told Samuel, "We want a king." And he tried to talk them out of it. He said, you have a king. God is your king. They said, "No, we want a king just like all the other nations in the world." And Samuel was so distraught over that. He prayed to God, and God said, "Don't worry about it, Samuel. They have not rejected you. They've rejected me." And the more I thought on that passage, I said, if we're going to be one nation under God, we have to return to God. We have to come back to God. And so for me, the choice is real simple this year. I'm not voting for Donald Trump, and I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm putting Jesus on my ballot this year, because I'm sold out to him. I'm not sold out to a political party. I'm not sold out to what this party represents or what that party represents. I'm voting for Jesus. And the reason I'm voting for Jesus is because in the end, he's the only one that matters. Now, there are going to be people that criticize me for this, and I don't care. There are going to be people that say, "But man, your vote matters, and to not vote at all is to vote for this person or to vote for that person." And that's absolutely the improper way to look at it. You're going to call me crazy for doing what I'm doing, but the reality is 2 Corinthians 5:13 says, if I'm crazy, let it be to the glory of Christ. Call me crazy, but my vote's going to Jesus. Please subscribe to our page, like our videos, share our stuff with people. We're getting the word out. Jesus is alive. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is all that matters. God bless.